welcome to day 18 of Junk Journal January 2024. This is Candia with For the Love of Paper and Ink, and today's prompt is borders. So I decided to do a border with this piece of paper that I have and put a little picture of a flower in it. I'm keeping it flat and simple for this prompt because my junk journal is getting really full and I wanted to work with it in a way that doesn't add as much bulk to it today. So I'm just going to cut my piece of paper that I'm using for my border down to size that I measured my page for, and I don't want to you mess with the binding today, so I cut my page shorter than where it would interfere with the binding. Now what I want to do is cut the inside out of the piece of paper to make a border, make a frame kind of border around this to go around this picture. So I use my ruler and measure that I want 1/2 inch around the top and 2 side borders, and the bottom I'm going to leave bigger. And the reason I leave the bottom border bigger is because I want to put a label on it later when I'm putting the page together. So after I get everything measured and the lines drawn, I then take my straight edge knife and cut out the center of the border so that I will have a cute little border to go around that flower picture. And I find this an easy way to create any kind of border or pockets that you want to have a clear acetate pocket, is to just use your ruler and a knife and cut out the center of anything that you want, any paper you want to use to create a pocket or a border or a frame. And here I had messed up on the top part of it. I had accidentally cut it a little wonky, so I'm just fixing that and making sure that it still fits with inside the frame. Then I'm going to ink up the border with Vintage Photo, and I start with the outside and I forget to do the inside, and so in a minute I'm going to end up doing that. But in the meantime, I have these acetate papers that are overhead transparency film strips that I found at a thrift store, and I love using them for making clear pockets. And today I'm going to use it to basically do that, have a border around this thing, but it's going to be like a border, pocket border. So I'm just going to glue on the back and put the transparency film on the back side and then cut the excess off so that it's just the size of the border frame. Then I'm going to test it to see if it still is the right size, and I decided I want to load the picture in on this side. So I'm going to stamp on the acetate or the transparency film now, because it's something that you can print on. So if you use permanent ink, you can also stamp on it and give it a little bit of time to dry, and it works beautifully. So I used this crackle stamp to do all 4 corners to give just like a little touch of something extra on the page, on the clear acetate, so that way when you're looking through it at the flower, it has that crackle effect on it. And then I'm going to glue it down, just the 3 sides, the top, the right, and the bottom. And here I'm looking for a specimen type label because I want to use a specimen, and I knew I had one with red lettering in my label stash. So I'm going to just ink it up, get it glued down, and after I have it glued down, I decide I want to stamp the date, which I've been doing on every page so that I know what day I did what page. And after I get that stamped down, then I go ahead and load in the picture to the frame border, and that will be my page for the day. I hope you're having fun following along, and I look forward to working on this again tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow for prompt number 19.